Hello, Nari McDiarmid for miningnews.net, and it's great to be speaking with Brian Johnson, Chairman of Cuba-focused explorer Antilles Gold. And Brian, let's start there. Why the focus on Cuba?
Nari, nice to speak to you. There are a number of reasons, obviously, but the primary reason is that Cuba is mineral rich and really underexplored. There are many mining opportunities in Cuba. The government's mining company, who are our partner, GeoMinera, who are our partner, are a great partner, a professional. They obviously have great contacts. They provide quality staff to the joint venture. They fast track project approvals or permitting, and they can provide additional project as the joint venture company grows. So that plus the government encouraging foreign investment in the mining sector, which is quite unlike a lot of the Latin American countries at the moment. In addition, the government provides financial incentives, including waiving of taxation and import duties. So a number of reasons, but it's a great place to operate.
And so, in terms of the broad objectives of your joint venture with GeoMinera, what's the overall strategy there, Brian?
Well, the initial objective is to develop at an early stage, probably early this year actually, a small gold and copper mine at Nueva Sabana in central Cuba. Secondly, we want to finalise negotiations for a second gold mine, which is also in central Cuba, and then go on and develop that. And then ultimately to develop the La Demahagua gold, silver, antimony open cut mine on the Isle of Youth off the southwest coast of the country. The objective of the joint venture company is to be producing at least 150,000 ounces of gold equivalent by mid-2027.
So, with the joint venture, Brian, do you intend to maintain the 50% shareholding, or are you looking to a different pathway?
Probably we won't hold on to that 50%. We'll possibly sell down part of that investment to a major group interested in buying into the joint venture company in Cuba and supporting its progressive growth. And in fact, negotiations have already started with one such substantial investor, and we'll see how that transpires over the next couple of months. But we'd certainly want to keep a minority interest in the joint venture, and we'd obviously have a takeout if we wanted to get rid of that at some point in time in the future.
Something I'm sure investors would like to know, Brian, if you do bring in a major investor, do you think there will be a reward in terms of the money invested so far?
Oh, absolutely. The group that I'm talking to at the moment, I've nominated a suggested multiplier to our level of investment, and it's not insignificant. And in reality, if it's not taken up, there'd be no point in selling it. So the quick answer to your question is yes. We'd see the company have a cash injection, which would slow down this concept of repetitive and dilutive share issues. So that's our objective.
You mentioned earlier, Brian, the plans to get your first operation underway this year, Nueva Sabana. How long do you think that will take?
Well, what we intend to start the earthworks and a small access road in from the main highway to the site in April this year. The primary construction of the mine and the associated infrastructure is planned for July, and it's a 10-month construction period. So hopefully we'll be commissioned by May, June of next year and see our first cash flow for the joint venture company.
And then what do you have in the pipeline after that, Brian? If you do have an investor come in, are there other projects you're looking at as well?
We've had discussions with the authorities in Cuba on a whole range of minerals and opportunities, but obviously Antilles Gold don't have the financial strength to do so. But if we do attract a major investor into what would be a majority shareholding in the joint venture company, then that same group could look to expanding the scale of the company and bringing in additional projects in the future. So it's interesting times, and the next few months will tell the tale.
They certainly will. Brian, thank you very much for taking the time to speak today.
My pleasure. Thanks, Nari.